Logan!
It's true. I'm Logan. Fun fact about me, I hate white kids. Not usually the cheer I get when I say I hate embracing people. White kids are always doing the same things, but just worse, you know? Music, fashion, stand-up comedy. I come from a pretty white town, so of course my high school is just full of white kids. There's this one white kid that I just despise. We're gonna call him Russell. We're calling him Russell because that's his fucking name. He does not deserve anonymity. Russell was the triple threat of white kids. An asshole, sheltered, and had rich parents. He tried to act tough, but if he entered a neighborhood without a six-figure average income, he'd probably burst into flames like an atheist at church. He was once playing Magic the Gathering of lunch because of course he was, and he gets mad. Now, nerdy white kids getting mad is the funniest thing because they have no sense of what's intimidating. He looks the other kid dead in the eyes and says in the scariest tone he can muster, "If we weren't at school right now, I'd punch you square in the jaw." Jeez, man, I'm so scared. Remember to tap your mana before you throw hands. He was also dumb. He once tried to convince a whole history class that he should be the only one allowed to teach about the Great Depression because he had family ties to it. Bitch, don't we all? His dumb ass thought he was the only one in the whole room that could trace his family back to the 1930s. Like, what do you think, we were orphans or something? This all pales in comparison to one thing I found out he did recently. It was that first week of fall quarter where you meet a bunch of people and either become best friends or immediately forget about them. I'm talking to this one girl and she asked what my hometown is, and I tell her, and she asked me, "Do you know Russell?" "Yeah, I do." She says, "Really? I hate him." I say, "Thank God, I do too." "But why do you hate him?" "He asked me out." "Oh, I'm sorry to hear that." No. "He asked me out at the family reunion." She just casually tells me this. I'm still practically a stranger at this point. I was surprised. But like, to be fair, if a relative hit on me, I wouldn't introduce them with the good things they've done. I wouldn't have been like, "Yeah, he's a good guy, he just made some bad decisions." No, he's an incestual freak, first and foremost. She tells me that Russell is her aunt's wife's nephew. Like, I don't even know what that makes him to her, but they're still family. I think I would ask him what that makes him to her. He does seem to think about family a lot. So love is in the air, huh? Mostly in the family, but a little bit in the air too. Yesterday was Valentine's Day, big day for romance. One thing that I've never understood is romance movies. Like, I get why people watch them, I just don't want them to set like expectations for people, you know? The drunk frat guy you met at the party, not gonna write about you in his notebook. The beast-looking guy that brings you to his house and makes you drink his tea, he probably will try to kiss you. Unlike the proposal, Betty White actually died. I recently found out about this French romance movie that came out last year, won the Palme d'Or award. It's called Titane, and it starts off like all good romance movies do, with a little girl causing a car crash that kills her dad. Her name is Alexia, and the movie skips most of her teenage years, boring, PTSD, therapy, whatever, who cares. She ends up as a showgirl for car races. At the end of one of the races, she ends up in the garage of one of the racers, and he starts forcing himself on her. And so she takes the hairpin out of her hair, stabs him through the head, killing him. Absolute girl boss. So, dead rapist on the ground, nice car in the garage, what's your game plan? Hide the body, steal the car? Honestly, there's only one reasonable choice. She must have thought the car looked good and pretty nice. She fucked it. She had sex with the fucking car. Much like a baby locked in a hot car, she was locked in a hot car making a baby. Not only did she have sex with the car, but in the movie, the car is actively propositioning her for sex. It's like bouncing up and down, headlights blinking, it's crazy. At this point, we get to see her go on a serial killing montage. She has this loop of seducing people and then murdering them in the act, kind of like Cardi B, but she goes all the way. A while later, in between a couple of statistics, she finds out so there's some motor oil leaking from down there. You want to know why that is? She's pregnant. She's pregnant with a fucking car baby. She forgot the car condom and couldn't find any car plan B, and now she has a car baby inside of her. 9 months from now, she'll have a little Renault or Peugeot motoring around. Car breastfeeding sounds really painful, you know? The rest of the movie is just as much of a mess. She and her obviously car-pregnant body pretend to be the long-lost boy of a mentally ill man to prevent the police catching her for her murders. She had to do a little bit of gaslighting. She is a girl boss. The mentally ill man, his name is Vincent. He brings Alexia into his work at the firehouse and introduces her as his son. None of the firefighters buy it, but they're just like, look, he's been through a lot, he's about to kick the bucket, let's just let him have it. Alexia moves into the fire station, the Christmas party comes, and the firefighters obviously know that she's a girl, so they want to see what she can do. And so she's asked to dance, and she does what any very pregnant, responsible mother does. Busted down sexual style in the middle of this firehouse. This is true, right? The Wikipedia summary for this movie says, quote, after the dance, Vincent, disappointed, walks out of the crowd. What is he disappointed in? That his son can't ghost ride the whip, or that his son can ghost ride the whip a little too good? Alone, so the party fizzles out, right? She's left alone in the fire station with such a big, hulking, red presence. What's she gonna do? She fucks the fire truck. She, pregnant, cheated on a race car with a fire truck. I'm starting to think she's not a good person. She and Vincent are alone later, and she ends up going into labor. She's there in car labor. Only then does it hit Vincent that she's a girl. I mean, I get it, he's going through it, has some issues, but how do you not know a 9-month pregnant lady is a girl? I really don't understand that. So she is about to give birth, tries to seduce Vincent. Like, why not? You've come this far, try seducing the man who 5 minutes ago thought you were his son. She dies in childbirth, car birth, I don't even know, and Vincent claims the kid is his own, the end. That's the movie. Imagine if Pixar made this movie instead of Cars. We'd get to watch Alexia having sex with Owen Wilson's Lightning McQueen. So Cars, Cars. I have a car back home, a 1989 Volvo station wagon. Just turned 33 years old this year, and I'm 19. Too young to be my mother, too old for me to fuck. Thank God Russell isn't related to it. Thank you.